Nothing much really happened, apart from the fact that I saw a mismatch between my security and some soldiers that came around and were, you know, they claimed, at first they didn't really speak. They just came wielding guns and, you know, being quite aggressive. And my security was, you know, countered and said, what's going on here? In as much as you have guns and some of you are in uniform, UPDF uniform, you don't just pick up somebody. What's happening? She's been in Kampala. Because they asked them, where are you coming from? And they said they're coming from Kampala. And they said, but the MP has been in Kampala. She swore in today. Why didn't you summon her to wherever she needed to be summoned? So anyway, in the middle of the scuffle, my supporters, that because we were in a drive, and the drive has cars and people on foot and others on borders. So my supporters surrounded the vehicle, and also my security, and they said, you can't take her, she's not going anywhere. First of all, they were claiming, their biggest claim, the supporters and the security, was we don't even trust those drones. We hear a lot of stories on those drones and when they pick up people and what happens. So, you're not taking her anywhere. So of course, shots were fired from my side and their side. But later, when they realized there was more resistance from people that were surrounding my car, then they started to fight physically. Blows were being exchanged. One of the soldiers fell down with the gun. So when I realized that nobody was shooting on people, nobody was shooting humans, I realized, I think this group is probably a group attached to these halabalus that are going on of the speaker race. Probably one of those people that are not happy with my opinions is the one who has sent them. So I got out and asked, do you have a female officer on board? And yeah, they did have a female officer. And my security said, we are going. If the MP is going, we're going with her. So, of course, there was another scuffle where they were trying to stop my security from entering the drone, but then they fought, and I think one of them consulted, I don't know who they consulted on phone, and they said, no, it's okay, her security can come with her. So my security came in, sat with me and the female soldier, and we moved. But then somehow my people communicated to the president, and he sent someone he sent a group of people.
Who sent those soldiers?
To also save me. So while we reached Mpigi, they were also waylaid by another vehicle. The ones who waylaid us were also waylaid from Mpigi. And I'm laughing about it because I felt like it was such a petty fight. I felt like everything that happened was so petty. It was so uncalled for, you know. I mean, I'm a law-abiding citizen. You know, you can invite me anywhere. You can.
What was the reason for all this drama?
I didn't, the moment the other vehicle that waylaid us from PG and said, because they also asked them, where are you taking her? And they said, we are taking her home. And they said, you're taking her home where? And they said, to Ntinda. But I said, I don't live in Ntinda. So how can you say you're taking me home to Ntinda? Asking the ones that picked me up from Masaka. The new group that picked me up was asking the group that they phoned me with. And then one of the heads of the group that came for me from PG spoke to these ones, and I don't know what codes they exchanged, and there was still a bit of exchange of anger. The group that came for me was very angry at these people. Why are you doing this? Why are you embarrassing government? Why are you embarrassing the forces? That was not called for. Why did you go and shoot when this person is with her supporters? Those are NRM supporters. So anyway.
And in this whole drama, you found a moment to communicate to the president.
In which drama?
In all this drama that was happening right from when you were picked. You found a moment to communicate to the president amid shots being fired.
While we were still, yes, of course. When you're a leader, when you're in politics, you expect anything. You expect anything, especially with this. I don't know why tempers are rising over the speakership race. Anybody can be a good speaker of parliament. So, but because we have people that that want to overemphasize their presence and their participation in these matters, that's how you end up having the army and these ones picking up this one. But after weighing the entire situation from where we started from and where the other group saved me from PG and took me home to Chigo, it was just misuse of it was just using undue force. It was just it wasn't reasonable force. So I mean I will leave it at that. But what I would say is, of course, I would thank the president for he came to my rescue. The president knows me as his fighter. He knows me as somebody who my intentions are always, first of all, open. Number two, honest.
Isn't it quite a privilege that a member of parliament can communicate to the president directly, a privilege that not many leaders, even on national level, have?
I don't know if it's a privilege or not. It depends on you communicate to him about what. Maybe I have been able to get that attention because all the issues that I bring to his attention are really about me. Actually, I think that's the first issue where I ever communicated to him. And even then, I left my phone, my second phone, with my husband, who I told to communicate to him because the people that were taking me, I didn't know them. Plus, all Ugandans, if Nameere had been arrested by police, I'm not saying I'm above the law. I can be arrested like anybody else. A significant number of ministers have ever been arrested before, or even MPs. So I can be arrested like anybody else. But if you come with a drone, nobody is introducing themselves. You are beating up supporters. You are not clear where are we going. What have I done? Because under normal circumstances, the army is supposed to communicate to the Armored Brigade commander, or rather it's now a division, Armored Division Commander in Kasijagirwa, that we are coming there for ABCD. Which commander can even tell me that present yourself here and here, these people need to go with you?
Okay.
So the fact that all that wasn't done, and then even how they came to get to my vehicle, it wasn't easy for them because when people suspected that there were wrong elements, they tried to block them. So they went on knocking vehicles, knocking borders. You know, when you're in a thresh of, you're in a convoy. So they went on knocking people, knocking borders just to get to me, pushing people, shooting pavements, shooting in the air. So I wasn't very sure where are these people taking me.
Okay.
Plus, I had seen.
Let's take a break, Honorable. When we return, where does Honorable Nameere's loyalty lie? With the party or in Justine Nameere Nsubuga? Honorable, what should the people of Masaka City expect from you for the next 5 years, adding on to the kind of work you've been doing?
The people of Masaka should expect a more hands-on approach in terms of household incomes. In the last 5 years, when I was senior presidential advisor, I was more focused on issues that fundamentally blur the vision of government for the people of Masaka. For example, you cannot tell a person that government wants you to be rich. Government has brought parish model when somebody's taking their land. You cannot tell a landless person who has been chased away from the lake for illegal fishing, and then the rich people have been left chased away from the swamps, but then the rich people have been left in the swamps, chased away from the mining areas that you don't, but the rich people have been left there. You can't tell them that government is here and equally for you all. So first we fixed the unequal application of the law. We did our best to fix the land grabbing, fought with the clerks, the town clerks and the city clerks to make sure that trade orders are quite fair for the low-income earner, fought a bit of corruption, or we had a major issue of corruption in government programs, cutting across.